Villa in their normal claret and blue. Rush already through the middle, and Gary Williams fell, or threatened to fall, the first sign that the pitch will be so difficult for players running back towards their own goal. Souness into Rush. Here's With. And Shaw, whose sense of balance could be important on this surface. Good tackle by Souness. He's got 4 players up with him for Liverpool. Sammy Lee, Craig Johnston. Mortimer was the covering player. That's Evans. This is Gibson. Referee is going to have to make quite sure that when accidents happen, players don't get overexcited, because there'll be plenty of spills, I would think, on this surface. Such a famous ground, this, and we've talked about Liverpool's good record here. I ought to say on behalf of the Villa fans that there was a time back in 1976 when Liverpool were actually 5-1 down at half-time in a league game here. Actually, the score stayed that way until the end. Right out looking for With. And Shaw against Neil, and he's licked him. Kirvish is in the middle, the others are trying to get there. It's Shaw. And Liverpool had so many men back, it just goes to show how good their teamwork is. Gary Shaw burst past Phil Neal, but there were 4 other yellow shirts waiting to defend. Evans. Lawrenson tangles with With, who tries to set the play up for Villa. Here's McMahon.
Well, we saw Steve McMahon score before the match, and he very nearly repeated it there. That one was sliced. The one you saw beforehand, he hooked into the top corner, but that one was a good attempt in the circumstances, but not good enough to beat Grobbelaar.
Gibson with the header. Here's Shaw. Gibson is an important attacking factor for Aston Villa, back after an injury spell. It's a cross which didn't do him justice, but while he was out of the side, Colin Gibson, they lost quite a lot of their attacking strength down the left-hand side, especially now that Tony Morley has departed. Played in quickly to Rideout by McMahon, and Rideout will get a corner. Grobbelaar presumably got a touch. Look how Liverpool was sleeping there on the free kick. It was played in very quickly by McMahon to Rideout. The defenders were still, some of them turned the other way. Grobbelaar saved it, corner to Aston Villa. How often do you see Liverpool caught out like that? Rideout had bags of room. Good quick thinking though by Steve McMahon. Here's Kirvishley, and again Villa have got players going through the centre. Touched on for Mortimer from Rideout, and Mortimer has put Aston Villa into the lead. A typical run by him, but how well set up by number 11, Paul Rideout, with the Liverpool defence square. It's the old story. If you can get your midfield player through from deep, you've got a chance. Rideout turned it on. Mortimer was the player running, number 6, and as Grobbelaar came out, he put Aston Villa into the lead. Jimmy Hill.
Well, Liverpool looked anything but champions in the way they faced up to that free kick just before.
Souness well forward. Johnston waiting for Neil. Here's Lee. Good try by Sammy Lee, and turned over by Nigel Spink. It was a good effort. Sammy Lee catching that just nicely, and Spink saw it all the way. Just over 25 minutes gone. Liverpool a goal down, have the corner. Nicol with the flick. And McMahon with time to look up, trying to find Gary Shaw. Aston Villa leading by 1-0, scored by Mortimer after a quarter of an hour. And the best chance at the other end missed by Rush. There he is again. Nickel forward there for Liverpool. And Villa, oh, Robinson! Well, by the time he'd got past Spink, the angle was impossible. But Aston Villa putting themselves in difficulty of their own making. Michael Robinson taking it in his stride to go round Spink, but by then he couldn't get the ball into the goal. Here's Kerbishley. Bremner. Offside. Aston Villa with a very good home record this season in the league, beaten only once here in a First Division match, and that was by Arsenal, 6-2 remarkably. And they lead tonight 1-0, Villa. This is McMahon, or it was, Nickel, and offside against Robinson. Five minutes left in the first half. By width, right out. McMahon, Williams, Kerbishley on this side as well, back into Williams from him. Away by Lawrenson, it's 2 against 2 here. Evans won it. Kerbishley. Phil Neal. Evans. Had some great battles in the past, these two clubs, and this so far a tight match. Aston Villa with the lead, but Liverpool have possibly made the best 2 openings since then. Nickel, Johnston, and McMahon getting into trouble, so was Bremner, and Johnston's cross to Rush, Robinson getting on the end of it, possibly. Villa have got a chance here to break, because the clearance by Gary Shaw found Kerbishley, and he in turn was looking for Rideout. Johnston on for Kennedy. Nickel making a run from midfield. This forward by Williams. This is Lawrenson. And Rush will chase that. Bremner's header. Nickel, Souness, Neal running from right back. Rideout trying to go with him. And Neal gives it to Gibson. And now Rideout. And with challenged by Lawrenson. Just under 2 minutes left in the first half here at Villa Park. Aston Villa lead 1-0 against Liverpool. Here's Hansen. Souness now on the left wing. Johnston's made a run across. There are still 3 waiting to come in from the far side for Liverpool. Hansen this is. Bremner's header away. Gary Shaw hoping to collect, but Sammy Lee went to the ball better. Here's Hansen. Souness. Hansen. And Johnston cuts with a chance of a shot. Time to line it up. There's Gary Shaw. And here's Ian Rush. Another chance for him. Williams couldn't get to him. And that's 1-1. After 15 seconds of the second half, just when Liverpool wanted a goal, it came before the crowd had really settled down. Ian Rush from the long pass, running on, and as Gary Williams tried to get to him, Nigel Spink was out, but the ball is in the back of the net. And Rush will be pleased about that after his miss in the first half. So Liverpool equalise before Villa had time to catch their breath from the kickoff. Typical Liverpool, just when the opposition's guard is down, they're back in it. Mortimer. And Mortimer! Well, it was nearly 2-1. Dennis Mortimer following up the attack again. The back heel was a good one from width, and the shot just too high. Liverpool have got their game together again now. Here's Johnston. Souness. Looking for Nicol. Robinson. And Souness was still forward. And Spink made a fine save there. Bremner just turning it round. It was Souness with the shot. That was a good effort from a difficult angle. Had time to line it up, mind you. And Spink going to his left, turned it. And on the corner, Spink has to come again. Question now that anyone can break down the respective back fours. Here's Neil coming forward. And Liverpool have got a player over here in this attack. This is Souness. And Nicol is the man coming in for the header. And Rush was on the far side. Oh, what a tremendous shot. Well, they had a player over, and it was Ian Rush. And he has scored his second goal of the match, and just watch this. Steve Nicol got a flick. Ian Rush on the volley, left foot, far corner, brilliant goal. See it from a different angle. Nicol got up to flick it on, and Aston Villa had lost their bearings a bit in defence, but don't blame anybody for that. Just congratulate the man who has now scored 26 goals for his club this season.
That he was going to put over just the right sort of cross. Nicol did his stuff. It left half an opportunity, and it's a goal that we're going to remember for a long, long time on a cold night, but a warm goal.
Here's Craig Johnston as Liverpool seek to increase their lead. And I must say they deserve it on the play. The second half statistics, which I'll mention in a moment, reflect just how much in command Liverpool have been. They've had 7 goal attempts to Villa's 2 in the second half alone. Robinson. There are 15 minutes left, and Liverpool wonder if they're on their way to their 3rd win here in consecutive seasons. Here's Sammy Lee. He's got 3 others up with him. Robinson's let the ball run, waiting for Nicol to come in behind. And it was Kerbishley who stretched his goalkeeper. It's Rush on the chase. And again, Liverpool feed an extra man into the attack at a telling moment. And Michael Robinson had the shot, and Nigel Spink made the save. Good effort by Robinson. It's a corner to Liverpool, to be taken by Lee. Short for Robinson. Back again to Lee. Neil. Johnston. Now it's 4 Liverpool players lining up in the centre. Phil Neal with the flick. Craig Johnston with the run. Was he fouled by Gary Williams? One would have thought not, and the referee shook his head. Craig Johnston, who's had a nice run in the side. He's played in the previous 10 matches. By drawing here, Liverpool would have made sure they stayed top this weekend, but by winning here, if they do win, then that really does put the onus back on Manchester United. Here's McMahon. Kerbishley, McMahon again. Mortimer well forward. Little push in the back, said the referee, by Alan Hansen. .11 minutes to go, so an opportunity perhaps here for Aston Villa. Gibson has gone across to join the posse of players around the ball. Alan Evans and Dennis Mortimer are also there. And Gibson strikes the wall. Player following up was Kerbishley with the overhead kick. Gary Shaw's in there trying to get a shot, volleyed away by Sammy Lee. Michael Robinson trying to hold it up. Ten minutes to go here at Villa Park in this First Division game. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. Mortimer scored for Aston Villa in the first half. Ian Rush has scored both Liverpool's goals in the second half. Here's Steve Nicol. Oh, and he's hovering again. There is Rush. Well, I say, the man just can't be stopped. It's a hat-trick. This time, Steve Nicol supplies the pass. Rush gets behind the defence, lobs the ball over goalkeeper Nigel Spink, and the goal machine produces another hat-trick. This is number 27 this season for Ian Rush, and with 9 minutes to go, it makes the score Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3, and surely emphasises Liverpool's superiority in this match, and indeed in the First Division table. Well, he surely is the most consistent First Division goal scorer in the short time he's had in that division since Jimmy Greaves. His output is astounding. And there he goes again. Villa now with 2 goals to make up in the last 8 minutes. And against Liverpool, that takes some doing. This fixture over the years has produced its share of goals. Indeed, the last 7 times they've met in the league here, these clubs, they've produced 28. So an average of 4 a match has been nicely matched by tonight's performance. Right out. And it's a lucky ground for Liverpool, there's no doubt about that. They appear to be on their way to their 8th victory in 12 league visits. Well, earlier this season, Rush got 5 in a match against Luton. And when you see him in this mood, you just wonder whether there is any team that can stop him. Here's Lee. It's also worth making the point, Rush was involved in a car crash last weekend on Saturday night. His girlfriend was injured, he escaped unhurt, was shaken up. Doesn't seem to have affected his football. Just under 7 minutes to go, it's all Liverpool now. Souness to Rush. Indeed, he was saying how fortunate he was, Ian Rush, to escape from that accident without damaging himself. So even though Liverpool don't have Dalglish, they're still a formidable side. Johnston running on this time. Aston Villa have been pinned back for almost the entire second half. And Robinson trying to get a touch at the near post. And I must say, from an Aston Villa point of view, this is a disappointing performance, because although they're playing the league leaders, their chairman's had some fairly strong things to say recently about the results he expects. And in front of their own supporters here, they're being, certainly in the second half, outplayed by Liverpool. So not a happy night for Tony Barton, the Aston Villa manager, there in the raincoat in the centre, or his assistant there, Roy McLaren, to the right as we look. Evans with the back header, and I think the defence would have been disappointed in the way Rush was allowed that third goal. Flags up, the ball was out of play. There's Hansen. Liverpool have looked untroubled at the back in the second half. In fact, their worst spell, Liverpool, was the first 10 minutes. Well, indeed, the point up to when Mortimer scored. After that, they just shut the gates and wiped out the lead and proceeded to take over in typical Liverpool style. Style that's won them the championship for the last 2 years. Are they going to go on and complete the hat-trick, which in the past only Arsenal and Huddersfield have achieved, and those were both pre-war. 4 minutes left then at Villa Park. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3. All the goals for Liverpool scored by Ian Rush. Here's Souness. And also very familiar Liverpool style to come back from a poor result, the one against Wolves last Saturday, to achieve 2 good ones away from home in the next few days. That's Evans, did the safest thing. And that's McMahon trying to keep his feet against Steve Nicol. I say it's been a good-tempered match. There's been no ill feeling between the players, and the referee, who's kept it going nicely, would probably agree that it's been a comfortable match to handle. Shaw. Forward by Hansen. I should think the watching Benfica coach will have learned one or two things tonight, and I should think it's probably put some fear into him, seeing how Liverpool have taken over away from home here. Just a couple of minutes left. Here's McMahon. Quite a few Villa fans streaming out of the ground now. And it has been a test of character on this surface. It's Liverpool's that shone through. Here's McMahon though for Villa. Offside flag was up. The referee has no need to stop the play. Good acknowledgement to the linesman, and on we go. Souness looking for Robinson. Nice to see the advantage played like that. This is the last minute of normal time. Dennis Mortimer, the furthest player forward for Aston Villa. Gary Shaw, who's hardly been in the match, couldn't get to that. Liverpool, a team for all conditions. Sammy Lee makes the run. It may be the last minute of the match, but he's tireless. Bremner, and Villa have got players on the fringe of the Liverpool line here, hoping to break through. With is up there, and that's the end of a very comprehensive Liverpool performance, one which confirms their position at the head of the First Division and confirms that Ian Rush is the most prolific goal scorer around at the moment. Tony Barton looks disappointed, and well he might. His team, after taking an early lead, were outclassed in the second half. Ian Rush got a hat-trick. Mortimer scored for Aston Villa. The final score at Villa Park: Villa 1, Liverpool 3.